You're now tuned into the Lady Charmaine live show, and I'm your host, Lady Charmaine, and I have a question for you. What do you get when you mix friends, fun, and 25 years? Well, my next guest is going to tell you coming up right after this.
Yeah. All right, now let's get it. Let's go. Lady Charmaine is in the house, so you know we're gonna have a good time. You can relax your mind. Everything is gonna be alright. With Lady Charmaine live. Lady Charmaine live. Lady Charmaine live. All right, now.
Hi, I'm Lady Charmaine, and my guest today returns to talk about the 25th anniversary of one of our favorite television shows. She played the unforgettable character Regine, and now what we can call a television classic, Living Single. I want you to help me welcome back to the Lady Charmaine live show, the lovely Miss Kim Fields. Hey, Kim, welcome back to the show.
Thanks so much, girl. Great to be back.
Well, it's a pleasure having you back on the show, and I was really excited because can you believe 25 years, Kim? Man, I'm getting old. I remember when Living Single
No, we're
debuted.
not getting old.
Okay, wait a minute. How about I'm just getting a little bit better? How about that? You know what, Kim?
There
It,
you go.
you
There you
know,
go.
I read you had your son. I think in 2003, your last son was it 2013?
13.
Yeah, I
Yes,
didn't realize
13.
our boys are 2 months apart, and both of us was having babies in our 40s. And I have a question for you. What was one of
Wow.
the biggest challenges for you having a baby in your 40s?
Honestly, it was getting a distribution deal for some content that we had produced, and it was holiday content. So I was busy working on that and getting our distribution deal before I went into labor.
Really? Well, I wasn't working on nothing like that.
Yep.
Well, I wish I was. I think for me, one of the biggest challenges for me is the energy that I need to have having a baby in my 40s because he has a whole lot of energy that I do not have. I need rock stars to keep up with this little boy. So I think that was one of my biggest challenges.
Wow.
But Kim, can you believe
And
that?
for
Go
me,
ahead.
with our first child, that was energy was an issue for me in my first trimester. I was exhausted all day, every day, and I had Sebastian when I was 30. Like my pregnancy was from 37 to 38 years old. And man, I would feel horrible that I was on the couch all day, and my husband would tell me, "You're making a kneecap right now. Maybe you've made an elbow. That takes some work. Sit down."
Oh, isn't that sweet? I didn't think about the body parts I could be making when I was pregnant, but tell him kudos for that.
Yep.
But I wanted to say, Kim, wow, I cannot believe it's been 25 years and we get a chance to watch Living Single on
Hmm.
Hulu, which is going to be premiering on tomorrow. And I wanted to ask you a couple questions about the show. I know I asked you before, but in the making of this cast, what was the audition process? Because all of you guys have such great chemistry. Did you guys have to do chemistry reads?
Right. No, actually, we didn't do any chemistry reads. And also, I just want to clarify. So, Hulu has been our streaming home for Living Single since the top of the year. And so, with the anniversary of the premiere, it's not so much that we're premiering tomorrow on Hulu,
Mhm.
but Hulu is doing some special things to, promote and celebrate the 25th anniversary of the premiere of Living Single. But with how we were all cast, everybody kind of had a different path.
Hmm.
With me, I had actually reached out to Yvette, who created the show, to do a project. And she said, "It sounds great, I'd love to, but I'm working on something called My Girls with Warner Brothers and Fox and Kim Coles and Queen Latifah. But there's a role in it that I wrote. There's a character, and I had you in mind when I wrote it. She's kind of a diva from the hood." I was like, okay, that sounds fun and interesting. And so then I met with producers and the network, and I was cast. But everybody had, their own different paths and their process with how they kind of, came to the party.
Now, what was one of your most memorable episodes from Living Single?
Oh my gosh, we're blessed that there are so many.
Hmm.
Quite honestly, some of the favorites that stand out for me: Burglar in the House was just a fun one because we got to do some fun physical comedy with that. I liked when we would do things kind of outside the norm.
Mhm.
You know, a Raise in Harlem was one that we had done. That was just not your usual, come in, sit on the couch, and talk about what's going on in your life.
Mhm.
The breast reduction episode, of course, was fun because that's something that was really relevant not only to me but a lot of women around the world,
Right.
basically. And then my farewell episode. My farewell episode really meant a lot because everyone really had just an enormous amount. I felt an enormous amount of respect for, what I wanted to do next and where I was as an artist and all of that.
Now, out of all the characters that you've played, Kim, and you've been in television shows for years, what was one of your most impactful characters that you've played?
Well, both of them. I mean, in terms of the two that have, real iconic status that the public has given and the industry has given, of course, Tootie and Regine are kind of top of the list. I love a character that I portray named Rhoda in the British comedy that I star in called Living the Dream for Sky One, which is a cable network over in the UK. But even a character that I played in a movie last year, it was in theaters, called A Question of Faith. And it was a woman who had tragedy, strike her family, and what she had to go through, with grieving and healing and forgiveness and all sorts of things, and faith and trusting and questioning and everything. I get a lot of feedback from, the impact that character has made as well.
Wow. Because, when I think about you, there's so many characters that I could say that are so memorable, but you're right. Tootie and Regine are like the two biggest ones. If you had to reprise a character, which one would it be?
That's tough, especially now because everybody's, thrown Living Single and Facts of Life into the reboot narrative. But really, whatever character is going to be the most relevant, be the strongest in terms of me to play as an actor, whether it's comedy or drama, because that's what I do. That's who I am. I'm an actor. And so, whichever character is going to really, I have an unquenchable thirst when it comes to acting. And so whichever work is going to come close to, quenching some of that, that's the character.
Interesting.
That I wouldn't mind doing a reprisal of.
Okay. Now, I read a little known fact about you, and I want to know, is it true? Were you in a group called Impromptu, and you were a rapper and an R&B singer?
One, I was not a rapper. Please don't put that moniker on me. A spoken word artist, not a rapper. And I was not in the group Impromptu. And I was a featured artist with Impromptu on one of their singles called Mocha Soul.
See, that's why I have to ask, because I do a lot of searching when I research.
I'm glad you did. Don't put some stuff out there. No, that's fake news right there.
I was like, shoot, Kim was spitting 16 bars.
Like that.
So she was out there spitting.
No.
I know that's right. Well, Kim, I want to thank you so much for coming back on the show.
Smooth jazz. No.
Go ahead.
But then I did a smooth jazz spoken word. I did a smooth jazz spoken word CD that I independently produced, and so that furthered, what I was doing in the music industry at that time, at the 2000s. But again, spoken word artist.
I forgot. Spoken word, y'all. Not a rapper. She wasn't busting those 16 bars. Okay. Well, Kim, it's a pleasure having you on the show. And I want to remind the audience to make sure y'all tune in to Hulu tomorrow night. They're doing some special things with Living Single. Like she said, it started at the top of the year, but they're doing something special tomorrow to mark their 25th anniversary of Living Single. Again, Kim, thank you so much for coming on the show. And, of course, I look forward to having you back.
Thank you. Same here, hon. Have a great one.
You too. Bye-bye. And that was the lovely Miss Kim Fields returning back to the Lady Charmaine live show. And again, do not forget to tune in to Hulu tomorrow night to make sure that you catch Miss Kim Fields. She's going to be right there along with my girl Queen Latifah. Also, we got Kim Coles on there, and if you want to get a good laugh, make sure you check it out. And I love it because it's one of my favorite chick flick television shows that I really, really, really love and love all of the ladies. So make sure you guys tune in. And again, thank you again to my girl, Miss Kim Fields, for coming on the Lady Charmaine live show. See you guys later. Bye bye.